Right. Good afternoon. I want to make it as interactive as possible today. I'll start with our general thoughts on the future of careers, future of jobs, and uh, and we can whenever you have a question, you type it in. Towards the end, we will also open up for you to ask questions directly. But I want to be as interactive as possible. My colleague, Mr. Ankush Arora, is here, so he will monitor the questions, and we will make it as interactive as possible. So initially, I start with some ideas, and then we can start discussing. All right. So the idea is, what is happening? Everything is changing, and everything has been changing all the time. Especially now, we are moving into the time of post-COVID, and when you consider your next education, your continued education, MBA is an interesting option. So what is that an MBA will give you? So before thinking about what will an MBA give you, I think it is interesting to look at the world and what has been happening in the last 500 years. This is, this idea of ever-changing world is nothing new. Look at what happened in the last 500 years. The idea of Enlightenment movement in Europe. Several French and German philosophers particularly were talking about science and scientific approach would make our lives better. So we need to come out of the dogmatic beliefs and start using science for the betterment of the society. Then last 200-300 years ago, the Industrial Revolution, discovery of electricity, automobiles about 120 years ago, again, unfortunate World War I, discovery of penicillin, probably that changed everything about health and life expectancy. Air travel, World War II again. Many powers left their colonies. After Second World War, the Cold War, invention of computers that has been happening for the last 60, 70 years. The World Wide Web, about 30, 40 years. And the internet, even older than the mobile broadband, 2G, 3G, now artificial intelligence, deep learning, Internet of Things, 5G communication. Interestingly, in the last 500 years, world population has grown from almost about 500 million to about 8 billion. Today, life expectancy has also changed from about 30 to 50 years to almost 80 years. So these are the changes which were happening. So world has never stayed the same. Now this pandemic was not only unfortunate, it was also unexpected. That has made so many, some are good, some are not so good. That has forced us to change again. So what will an MBA do for you? So let's look at not only about our school. Our school, as you know, we are part of a traditional, highly ranked university. And also as a business school, university is ranked always in the 20s by NIRF. The global ranking agency also ranked us the #1 private university in the country. And our school by NIRF ranked 54. If you only look at the research part of our ranking, that is 1919. So we are a highly ranked school. Good open-minded students come in and they really create an interesting learning experience for themselves. You remember, learning is as much about your preparation, your openness, and what we will do with you. And we have a good group of highly qualified faculty members. They're resident, more than 25 of them, and almost 20 to 30 visiting faculty coming from all over the world. So MBA is not just for getting a job. Please remember, there are almost nobody without a good job after a reasonably good MBA. In fact, our MBA or a comparable MBA, there's almost nobody without a job. It is not about just getting a job. And also, it is not about getting your first job. It is start of an interesting life journey, a unique life journey. All right. When you think about that career journey, it is also interesting to ask this question of what is a career for? A career is a journey, and also it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to help. It is an opportunity to earn, of course, that's very, very important. Find meaning in life, for personal growth, learn, express yourself, and if at all possible, change the world, change the lives of people around you. So it's for helping, earning, finding meaning, personal growth, learning, expressing yourself, and changing the world. And again, a good job and ability to earn is absolutely important when you think about a career. There's no question. But that money itself is not what will be important when you think about your career long term. It is both money, match, and meaning. What is match? Fit with your personality, your interests, and the job and the company. So money, match, and finally, that should make sense, meaning. So these 3 M's are very, very important. To start with, as a young professional, for some of you, that salary package may be important. But for all of you, with the time, that fit and the meaning, all 3 M's will become important. And definitely, after several years, the match and meaning will become more important than money itself. But all 3 M's are very. And thinking about your career and what is changing, that simple message is, it is not going to be constant. It's definitely going to change. And here you can see on your left hand bottom, you see a factory floor of crowded robots. I had this fortune of standing at the same place and looking at this factory. This is the Toyota manufacturing location near Nagoya in Japan. 25 years ago, I stood at the same place. There were cars slowly moving, unfinished cars, and workers were assembling them. And today, same place, no people. I'm not telling the whole factory has no people, but that particular shop floor, crowded robot, they don't fight, well programmed, smart algorithms controlling them. So that is what is actually happening with the time. And that has profound implications on the future of careers and the nature of jobs, especially the jobs our young generation is going to find in the future. To start with a simple question, I think this question is very close to us. What a medical doctor can do which machines can't? Answer is very simple, not that much. For example, I have this simple smartwatch, and it measures my heart rate, my sleep pattern, my steps, and general activity, blood oxygen level, and this is continuously measuring. And there are algorithms, and also these algorithms are always finding patterns from big data, because I'm not the only person wearing this type of watch. Millions of people across the world. So trillions of data points are collected every second. And that gives so much of an opportunity for these AI systems to learn and make sense of what is going on. If you go for a doctor visit with a throat pain or a fever or a stomach ache, the doctor will typically spend 20 minutes with you. I'm talking about 99% of doctor visits. But these machines would know a lot more than what a doctor would know in 20 minutes. So these machines can tell the healthcare providers more than a doctor could ever know in 20 minutes. So that is what is happening. Then the question is, what is stopping from medical profession from going through a disruptive change, a transformative change? Simple answer. The regulations are not catching up with technological advances. That's the only reason. Of course, very advanced, specialized or specialists of doctors would stay. But regular general practitioners, more and more of their jobs, if regulations can catch up with technology, would get replaced with AI systems and smart algorithms. So looking at what has been happening, about 250 years ago, first industrial revolution with the invention of steam power, then electricity, automation, and intelligence. What happened with steam power? Most jobs needing power and speed got replaced. Electricity and automation combined. Most jobs needing precision and repetition got replaced. And now intelligence. What is happening is abstracting simple rules from large sets of data. For example, a smartwatch, any smartwatch you take, all the data they collect from all the people who are wearing, trillions of data points. Human beings are not capable of abstracting simple patterns from these large sets of data. We are very good at abstracting and understanding, making sense, and creating patterns from, in situations, it is they're cognitively complex and also ethically and morally complex. We are very good at that, but not very good at abstracting simple rules from large sets of data. So most of those jobs are getting replaced. That doesn't mean that we will have no jobs left. There will be more and more interesting jobs also being created in the meantime. So those are the jobs the new MBAs are going to get. You see here, you can clearly see that on your y-axis, I've classified manual jobs versus cognitively complex jobs. Your x-axis, you have routine versus non-routine. So most jobs which are going to be replaced are not cognitively complex, not non-routine. Anything cognitively relatively simple and routine jobs are going to be generally replaced. But if you look at the top box, where it is cognitively complex, non-routine jobs, those are the jobs which are going to be very interesting, exciting jobs, and our MBA graduates who are going to man those jobs. Many jobs, because future is about smart cities, smart villages, industries changing, becoming highly AI enabled. So you have listed several of the type of jobs and professions here: advertising, business analytics, business economics, consulting, consumer behavior, data science, digital marketing, finance, human resources, information systems, investment banking, logistics, marketing. The list is really long and very interesting. And what types of skills one would need for those kinds of jobs? Not just learning accounting and finance, developing this mindset of problem framing and solving. Why framing is important? We need to learn to look at the same problem through multiple angles. Why? Most interesting problems are highly complex problems, what we call are wicked problems. Wicked problems are the ones, the solutions are not simple. They're not only solutions are simple, but also there are multiple stakeholders. Every group of stakeholders would have a preferred kind of solution. So we can never talk about the solution of the problem. So that's a wicked problem. And MBAs are very good at solving those kinds of problems. Why? Because they will learn to frame problems and reframe them multiple times for finding a useful solution, or to be more precise, getting into the journey of solving that problem. It is rarely the solution is a black and white answer. It is kind of the journey of or getting into the journey of solving it. And also, this is something very important. If you look at human brain, we are evolved to solving simple, dangerous, and problems needing immediate solution. But modern problems are not so simple, they're complex, not so dangerous, and whose solutions can typically wait. So our brain is wired to you sight a lion, you need to fight, or you need to run or climb a tree. So simple, dangerous, and problems needing immediate solution. But modern problems, contemporary problems are complex, not so dangerous, and whose solutions can wait. Now, education is all about retraining our brain for solving complex problems, complex, wicked problems. So MBA education will definitely give you this multidisciplinary perspective. And our school is well positioned to doing this. In some sense, we are the thought leaders of thinking about new ways of designing new pedagogies and incorporating advances in new science for our school. I'll talk about it a bit later. And also remember, education is not just to get a job. It is about, especially MBA education, it's a lot about knowing yourself, self-knowledge, and also the idea of seeking excellence, getting into a mindset of doing it better than before, doing it better than before. Also, remember, the idea of excellence comes from the fact that we are empathetic creatures. We human, what makes us human is that we are particularly more empathetic than other animals. We can even simulate and be empathetic for somebody who is suffering 10,000 kilometers away from us. So this idea of empathy as a source of excellence, because you think about it, most of what we do every day is typically for others, whether you're cooking or you're building a house or you're designing a chair or writing a report or making a material for a marketing campaign. It is always for others. And if you do it with empathy, you will excel, or you will create products and services. Those are excellent. So the idea of excellence and education should get you or develop that temperament in you. And finally, intellectual freedom, being able to ask the right question. Now, our school, our mission has 4 major pillars. We want to be globally sensitive. We want to develop excellence-seeking professionals with a social entrepreneurial mindset. What are the 4 pillars? Global sensitivity, excellence-seeking, social entrepreneurial mindset, and true professionalism. And of course, we want to be the source of most impactful ideas. Here we talk about our values and ambition. We want to be inclusive. That means we want to be open to all sorts of people from all over the world, all over India, every state, every language, every ideas, ideologies, beliefs, religions. We also want to instill this idea of empathy, but with firmness. If you want to get anything done, you need to be firm. We want to be pro-social. We want to develop a sustainable society and develop that sustainability mindset. Our business school has a very interesting 2-semester-long course called Sustainability in Practice. And probably we are the only school with that kind of a focus on sustainability. This Sustainability in Practice course, you not only do live projects, but also develop the right skills to get a good job. Even how do you present yourself, communicate, and have a good, honest story about how good a professional you are when you are having an interview for your future job. And finally, confidence with humility. And we are also very proud of the fact that we think about this idea of New India, and our tagline is New India starts here. And what is this New India? New India is a proud India, it's a sustainable India, it's a happy India. Also, it's an India where our mothers and sisters and daughters and wives can move around freely with pride. India where we make sure that our mothers and sisters and daughters are safe. So that is the India of our dreams. That's why, that is the relevance of this tagline, New India starts here. Major stakeholders, of course, students at the center, faculties, scholarly community. We have a good corporate connect, and also through this Sustainability in Practice course, we are also connected to the community. Now, typical business school, the philosophy is corporations at the center. We agree. Corporations are important. They create value, they create employment, they create opportunities. But our philosophy is slightly different. Corporations and the society at the center. The traditional notion is based on the power of free market and the need for maximizing shareholder wealth. We look at free human spirit and the possibilities and the opportunities we can create together. We have a beautiful campus. You should come and see anytime. If you want to give a call to our admissions team and come and see our campus, you must come and see it. And my dream is to serve you. So our organizational structure is a bit upside down. Students and my colleagues are at the top, and I'm there to serve all of you. We have 10 plus specializations, and also we have a specialized MBA in business analytics and big data. Next year, we are also starting a 5-year MBA program after your high school. And some ideas about, quickly about business education. Business education has transformed quite a bit to what we call today's business education 4.0. About 120 years of history, mainly practice-based, a little bit of theory coming in, we call the time of evidence-based research. Then entrepreneurship and innovation has become very important in the last 30, 40 years. And today, so much about new science and new understanding of technology. So 4 new sciences are completely transforming business education: evolutionary psychology, cognitive science, behavioral economics, and artificial intelligence. We observe and proactively think about all these things when we design our curriculum and pedagogy. Total number of faculty members today, we have more than 24 faculty members. Very good student-teacher ratio, almost 15. Most of our faculty members have PhDs. Excellent corporate connect. We get, interestingly, during the COVID time, our placements were more than 94%. Several companies come to campus. We have generally no problem in getting good companies to campus, but my biggest challenge is keep your motivation, students' motivation high, so that you get the best out of your time with us. We have excellent global connect. This is part of a European Union project. Together, 6 universities. We got 3.6 million euros. If you're interested, we can talk about it. You also have opportunities to spend a semester or 2 with various universities, but you need to plan for it as soon as you start with us. What can you do with all our connections? There are also opportunities for MBA plus and MS. That means 3 semesters you spend with us, then you go and spend 1 full semester in the summer, and there's a chance for you to get 2 degrees, our MBA and an MS. You can go abroad for summer internships with the university, or a semester abroad you can do. And as you know, I talked about it, our university is ranked 31st, number 1 private university in the country by Times Higher Education. Business School 54, our research part of research component of NIR of ranking is 19. We believe in the idea that we constantly think about the future and how we do it. We call futurizing it, and we modularize it, what we call legalize. And finally, we want to develop interesting enabling software. I think we are not totally, completely successful, I should say, but still, this is our dream: futurize, legalize, and Uberize continuously, and be a model institution of higher education. And this is very, very happy news. There are 17 business schools in the country AACSB accredited. We are now on the path to becoming one of the AACSB accredited business school in the country. Remember, there are 3,000 business schools in the country, and in the next 12 to 18 months, we'll also be, by the time our new batch graduate, we will also be a AACSB accredited business school. Thank you, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you.